Ooh, all right. And we are live. What's happening, everybody? Okay. So, want to just make sure I get straight to some get straight to the stories. And if for some reason you can't hear me, just or if this is obviously probably going to be too distracting. There we go. And if the sound is too distracting or if the sound isn't good, just tell me. Actually, I'm going to even move this a little closer just to make absolutely sure I can be well heard. All right. So this is a good number of tabs. What's happening, Mike Murphy? Whoop. Okay. All right. Right on. Oh, okay. Okay. Fitness equipment. I will do that. What's going on, Weird Will? So start with something fun. Lawless. Feds party on yachts with prostitutes after high-profile agent steals money. So this was a True Pundit one. This is rather short. Another black eye for the corrupt Justice Department. A U.S. federal narcotics agent known for his expensive tastes and high-profile drug seizures has been implicated in a multi-million-dollar money laundering conspiracy that involved the very cartel criminals he was charged with fighting in Colombia. I keep making, I've realized I don't pronounce that correct, right? A once standout Drug Enforcement Administration agent, Jose Irizarry, is accused of conspiring with a longtime DEA informant to launder more than $7 million in illicit drug proceeds, sometimes using an underground network known as the Black Market Peso Exchange, according to 5 current and former law enforcement officials. The officials described the case as one of the biggest black eyes in the history of the DEA, an agency that has seen repeated scandals in recent years and one they fear could have compromised undercover operations in the U.S. and South America. One of the things actually dovetailing a lot of the disclosures that George Webb from Truth Leaks has been putting out about how these hearings over Trump Russia are exposing people that fundamentally shouldn't be involved with one another. And recently, this most recent New York Times thing came up because all of the testimony from Lisa Page shows that there was actually the CIA or a counterintelligence operation was already being operated or was already in operation at the time that they said, oh, we discovered this, that, and this, and we needed to start a counterintelligence operation, the firing of Comey. So this is one of these things that's pointing out, oh, this might be actually something that's a long series of people being discovered because more and more deep staters are being brought out. Their relationships to one another are being brought out. And now more and more people are they're just too deep in corruption, and they're all starting to roll each other up because their networks are too closely entangled. I think a lot of people thought they were going to win with Hillary Clinton. Trump just keeps kind of proving to be pretty fascinating. The conspiracy not only allegedly enriched Irizarry, but is believed to have benefited one of South America's top money launderers, who is a relative of Irizarry's Colombian wife, said the officials who spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to discuss the federal investigation. The allegations have sent shockwaves through the DEA and drawn new scrutiny to the agency's Colombia field office, a critical outpost that has been steeped in turmoil in recent years. Remember, there's been a FARC Colombian government peace made. The whole region is unstable. Something's got to give, and it looks like it's going to be a whole lot of carteleños. Someone's got to pay. So, and they've got money. So someone's got to pay. Something's got to balance the scales. A critical outpost that has been steeped in turmoil in recent years. The division has seen internal strife and turnover in leadership, even as it grapples with record high levels of cocaine production. So there's finally peace and cocaine for everyone. Not anymore. Some of the details emerged in a federal case in Tampa, Florida, in which a former DEA informant, Gustavo Yabrudi, a dual Venezuelan-American citizen, recently pleaded guilty to money laundering. That case refers to an unnamed co-conspirator 3, a suspect who is in fact Iritzari, the 5 officials said. It is unknown where the 44-year-old Iritzari is living or whether he has been charged in the ongoing criminal probe. Repeated messages seeking comment left on a cell phone number the law enforcement officials said belongs to Iritzari were not returned. Iritzari also adopted the ostentatious tastes of the drug traffickers he was tasked with targeting. Unlike most agents, earning a government salary on temporary assignment, Iritzari bought a home and Land Rover in Cartagena. He traveled first class to Europe, importing Louis Vuitton luggage and a gold Hublot watch, one official said. Wow, that's just so rich. I don't even know what fucking language that is. To American Gopnik style. He hosted raucous yacht parties with bikini-clad prostitutes, which fellow agents and at least one supervisor attended against DEA policy, according to an official who went to one such party. The DEA banned such gatherings. No. Sorry, let me. Oh boy. Okay, I just have to have a beverage for a moment. Just have to have my youth juice that keeps my hair nice and dark, my herbal tea. Highly recommend to look into herbal tea. Drink it strong. So, okay. DA, according to an official who went to one such event, the DA banned such gatherings in the wake of the 2015 sex parties scandal in Colombia that prompted the retirement of the DEA's administrator at the time. Investigators are also examining whether Iritzari's marriage into the mafia was driving his off-the-chart arrest and seizure numbers, the law enforcement officials said. His second wife, Natalia Gomez, is related to Diego Martin, who U.S. and Colombian officials describe as one of the top money laundering suspects in the country over the past decade. And all right, and then everything else from there is the more, the read more, and it shows, some woman with humongous titties and like some diseased limb. You might have this. Okay. I always love those at that part of the internet that is developed like while I wasn't really looking. And oh yeah, so let me make sure. Just want to tell you guys that was hold on, because last time I didn't do this. And so this will make it easier for people to be able to find stuff like this. So that's called Lawless. And I want to make sure because it's more fun if everybody gets a chance to find the article themselves and pass it to friends so as to red pill the world. And there we go. So if you search for that one, it'll pop up. It's True Pundit. There we go. True Pundit. I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. I was thinking Truth Leaks again. Oh, this one was just stomach turning. 8-time deportee accused of trafficking, $850,000 in meth and cocaine. The number 8 is the lucky number for today, folks. Police arrested an illegal alien in Utah who had been deported from the U.S. 8 different times for allegedly trafficking $850,000 in meth and cocaine. Jose Olegario Lopez, a 44-year-old Mexican national from the state of Sinaloa, was traveling with his 16-year-old son. Oh, well, isn't that precious? on Saturday when Utah County officers pulled him over for suspected traffic violations. But Lopez reportedly did not stop the car, causing authorities to surround him until he was forced to stop. Officers who initially searched Lopez found he had traces of cocaine on his body. Authorities said officers in a canine conducted an in-depth search of Lopez's vehicle. They discovered multiple individually wrapped packages. Detectives say they recovered 2.35 pounds of cocaine worth $106,000. Yes. And 16.7 pounds of methamphetamine with an estimated street value of more than $750,000. 750,000. There we go. Dollars. Authorities charged Lopez with 2 first-degree felony counts of possessing a controlled substance with intent to distribute, 1 count of failing to respond to obey an officer, and 1 Class A misdemeanor charge of drug paraphernalia possession, according to a press release from Utah County Sheriff's Office link in this Breitbart article. Lopez is currently in custody, and a judge ordered that he be held without bond. And Breitbart, there we go. 8-time deportee, cocaine and meth trafficking. There we go. And officials say the son was not involved in the trafficking, and they released him into the custody of his mother. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and Department of Homeland Security, DHS officials, and deport him. Uh-oh, am I going robotic? No. Okay. Can take custody of him and deport him out of the U.S. Lopez is not the only 8-time deportee to make headlines. One judge threw the book at a Honduran national who had been deported from the U.S. 8 times, sentencing the illegal alien to 5 years in federal prison. All right. And so, oh, yes, this one. Oh, good. So we got some folks in here, everybody. Yes. No hookers and blow for you. Yes, exactly. Precisely. All right. And next up is the one probably a lot of you heard about today. Sundar Pichai lied about the manipulation of YouTube video popularity results. All right. I always love that. I love how recently, especially these characters like Colin Flaherty, George Webb has this to him. What's his face? Lee Stranahan definitely has this to him, where it's just such the Flaherty with the cigar, Stranahan with I think a glass eye or something like that, as if he got his like his eyes shot out with a 22 while hot on the trail of a story. I don't know what happened. He's like blind in one eye, something like that. But like the way that he'll like manipulate his glasses and just like fling them around and stuff. And these guys are just such characters, and they're just such good journalists. H.A. Goodman is just this inordinately sunny personality, and they just are doing this. They have that quality that reminds me of Columbo. That where Columbo, he would be like, "Oh, I meant to ask you that other time. I'm sorry if I'm bothering you." And they're like, "Oh, Mr. Columbo, no, it's no problem. I'm Chad Chatterson. What more do you need to know?" And he would get him. He'd get him on just one detail. Really? Because your business partner said, and it was just, and I would love it. And he would just get some detail, and then later he would just totally get him. And I always loved shows like that. The detective work. That's what made Batman back in the day so great. And now, this is the beauty about the nationalists is they're Batman. They're Batman. They're the Justice League. It's just everything. It's just piece by piece by piece. And you need those guys. You need the Boy Scouts. You need the Superman. You need the Booster Gold. You know, you need oh, well, I get, no, you don't need, I don't know. I mean, Wonder Woman's pretty hot. Well, anyway, you know what I'm getting at. You need those people who, you know, that they do it the right way, you know, but then, you know, you got to have Batman, who at some point is, you know, comes in and drops the piece of evidence that, you know, there's no way that could have been gotten exactly the right way. But this fills in a lot of the blanks, you know. Clark, you'll want this, you know. I love it. The smoking gun. Google manipulated YouTube search results for abortion. Maxine Waters and David Hogg. Reading this fresh, didn't really look at it. I just saw it and was like, okay, I'm unloading all the tabs today. In sworn testimony, Google CEO Sundar Pichai told Congress last month that his company does not manually intervene, link, on any particular search result. Yet, an internal discussion thread leaked to Breitbart News reveals Google regularly intervenes in search results on its YouTube video platform, including a recent intervention that pushed pro-life videos out of the top 10 search results for abortion. The term abortion was added to a blacklist file for controversial YouTube queries that contains a list of search terms that the company considers sensitive. According to the leak, these include some of these search terms related to abortion, abortions, the Irish abortion referendum, Democratic Congresswoman Maxine Waters, and anti-gun activist David Hogg. The existence of the blacklist was revealed in an internal Google discussion thread leaked to Breitbart by a source inside the company who wishes to remain anonymous. A partial list of black was also leaked to Breitbart by another Google source. In the leaked discussion thread, a Google site reliability engineer hinted at the lists of what humans manually curate. Hopefully, this isn't surprising or controversial. Others were more concerned about the presence of the blacklist. According to the source here, who started the discussion, called the manipulation of search results related to abortion a smoking gun. The software engineer noted that the change had occurred following an inquiry from a left-wing Slate journalist, Link, about the prominence of pro-life videos on YouTube, and that pro-life videos were replaced with pro-abortion in the top 10 results for the search terms following Google's manual intervention. Responde is unstable. No. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. The manually downranked items include several videos from Dr. Anthony Levantino, a former abortion doctor who is now a pro-life activist. Another video in the top 10 featured a woman's personal story of being pressured. Another featured pro-life conservative Ben Shapiro. The Slate journalist who complained to Google reported earlier this month that his company does not manually intervene on any search result. A Google employee in the discussion thread drew attention to Pichai's claim, noting that it seems like we are pretty eager to cater our search results to the social and political agenda of left-wing journalists. One of the posts in the discussion also noted that the blacklist had previously been edited to include the search term Maxine pro-democrat demographics in its Get Out the Vote efforts in 2016. According to the source, a software engineer in the thread also noted that a bunch of terms related to the abortion referendum in Ireland had been added to the blacklist. Another change with potentially dramatic consequences on the national policies of a Western democracy. All right, so I would say from here, according to sources. And I just want to put that out there so that you all can look that up at Breitbart, so that that's that, because I keep react to this. Oh, yes. I'm gonna have to up my bandwidth game. That this is in the works. I'm saving up for something. This is why I was also there were some questions I was going to be saving for you, El Vaquero, that had to do with the OBS and the amount of bandwidth, kind of, really, nice and good. And this is, one of the most important parts of our economy. Week of California storms brings snow, flooding, mudslides, and massive waves. I'm looking at this from earlier today. Joel B. Pollock at Breitbart. A series of large storms continues to hit the entire state of California. So everybody who's out there in the Midwest and the East Coast, so of course you're getting where it dips in southerly as it travels easterly. That polar, the one that comes off the Arctic. So we're just catching the wet part of it that falls in front of the Rockies. And I knew I was like, this is going to hit California. It's going to hit Northern California, and it's going to be interesting to see. A series of large storms continues to hit the entire state of California this week, bringing much needed rain and snow that will guarantee the water supply, but also new hazards to areas already hit by recent natural disasters. The most significant risks are mudslides, which threaten the regions already devastated by the Camp Fire, Northern California, and the Woolsey Fire, Southern California, late last year. Authorities issued orders to evacuate Pulga, near the fire-ravaged town of Paradise, and warned residents of coastal Malibu to be ready to evacuate as well. Oh boy. See, hopefully all this will hold out. Offering a boon to tourists and weekend ski enthusiasts, especially ahead of the long weekend for the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. public holiday. And extreme surfers are looking forward to the waves that are forecast to hit Bay Area beaches, which some expect to reach 40 feet in height. Weather Service is warning people to stay far away. California, with its Mediterranean climate, depends on winter rains to replenish its water supply, much which is stored as snow in the Sierra Nevada mountains. The state recently endured a fight, but this year marks the third straight year of solid winter precipitation, bringing relief to farmers and reducing the need for water restrictions. So that's kind of in what a federal judge ruled Tuesday that former National Security Advisor Susan Rice and former to the that ruling Lamberth. So, Judicial Watch's discovery will seek answers to settle the case beginning in late 2014. Rice and Rhodes will answer talking point and state's understanding of the attack play an unavoidable central role in the case. Information about the point's development and content, as well as their discussion and dissemination before and after records. State's role in the point's content and development could shed light on Clinton's motives for shielding her email requesters or on state's reluctance to search for her emails. Judicial Watch may also serve interrogatories on Monica Hanley, former state staff member in the State Department's Office of the Secretary, on Lauren Gillatoy use risks, and Boswell personally discussed conversation and about his general knowledge of Clinton's email use. Judicial Watch, preservation of State Department federal records before a congressional specific state employees knew and when they knew it. As the principal advisor and records management expert responsible for controlling Clinton's official records, Finney's knowledge is particularly relevant, and especially given the concerns about government misconduct that prompted this discovery. Additionally, Judicial Watch states that it seeks to go beyond cursory secondhand testimony and directly ask Finney what he knew about Clinton's email use. This includes asking about emails he knew about her private email use in 2014 and emails he received concerning a December 2012 FOIA request from Citizens for Responsible Ethics in Washington. Crew. Regarding in Judge Sullivan's case, never addressed. Judicial Watch may depose Finney. All right. So for more details on that, that is on Zero Hedge, federal judge orders Rhodes, Rice, and other Obama officials to respond. All right. This really don't mess this up.